Putin crashes Trump's China diplomatic party, raising questions about Xi's true intentions toward Washington. Xi-Putin in strategic axis returns to global spotlight mere hours after Trump concludes supposedly positive Beijing negotiations. Did Xi cleverly fool Trump while secretly plotting Iran, Ukraine, and Taiwan coordination with Putin post-Beijing banquet? Trump extends White House invitation to Xi, yet Putin immediately arrives in China to consolidate power alignment. Vladimir Putin's China visit is set to take place very soon as the Moscow-Beijing axis deepens, with both sides signaling a further tightening of their strategic coordination. The Kremlin has confirmed that Putin will visit China in the near future, noting that all preparations for the trip are already complete and the timing is being coordinated at senior-level channels. The announcement came while Donald Trump was holding high-stakes talks with Xi Jinping in Beijing, underscoring how Washington and Moscow are competing for political space inside Beijing at the same time. Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping have met more than 40 times over the years, building a dense network of personal and institutional ties that have outlasted broader shifts in the global order. Their last meeting took place in Beijing in September 2025, when the two leaders reviewed military, energy, and regional security cooperation amid a backdrop of escalating tensions with the West. Russia and China also declared a no-limit strategic partnership in February 2022, pledging close cooperation across political, economic, and security domains. That agreement came less than 3 weeks before Russia launched its full-scale war in Ukraine, raising questions in the West about the extent of China's prior awareness and its role as a diplomatic backer. Putin's upcoming Beijing visit is expected to focus on Ukraine, energy cooperation, and broader strategic coordination, with Moscow seeking Beijing's continued economic and political support as the war grinds on. Putin's upcoming China visit comes just after U.S. President Trump's trip to Beijing, highlighting how Beijing is balancing high-profile summits with both Washington and Moscow. The high-stakes visit comes as Washington seeks China's help on both the Iran crisis and the Ukraine war, hoping Beijing can use its leverage with Tehran and Moscow to stabilize two major fronts. Trump said Americans and Chinese people share a deep sense of mutual respect, using warm, personal language to frame the visit as a bridge-building moment despite underlying strategic rivalry. Trump also invited Xi Jinping to the White House for a second summit on September 24th, suggesting he wants to institutionalize the current diplomatic momentum and lock in follow-up talks.
We had extremely positive and productive conversations and meetings today with the Chinese delegation earlier, and this evening is another cherished opportunity to discuss among friends some of the things that we discussed today, all good for the United States and for China, and it was a great honor to be with you. Please. As allies in World War II, President Franklin Roosevelt's mentions of the brave people of China, that's what they were, drew loud cheers in his speeches in the United States, and everybody loved what he had to say, just as many Chinese now love basketball and blue jeans. Chinese restaurants in America today outnumber the 5 largest fast food chains in the United States, all combined. That's a pretty big statement. This bond of commerce and respect that stretches back 250 years is the foundation for a future that benefits both of our nations. The American and Chinese people share much in common. We value hard work, we value courage and achievement, we love our families, and we love our countries. Together we have the chance to draw on these values to create a future of greater prosperity, cooperation, and happiness, and peace for our children. We love our children. This region and the world, it's a special world with the two of us united and together. Thank you again, President Xi, for this beautiful welcome, and tonight it is my honor to extend an invitation to you and Madam Peng to visit us at the White House this September 24th, and we look forward to it. And I'd now like to raise a glass and propose a toast to the rich and enduring ties between the American and Chinese people. It's a very special relationship, and I want to thank you again. This has been an amazing period of time. Thank you, President Xi.
The invitation came as Trump praised U.S.-China relations during a state banquet in Beijing, using the ceremonial setting to project a message of managed competition and selective cooperation. Trump described talks with Xi as extremely positive and hailed the magnificent welcome. Meanwhile, bilateral discussions remained focused on the Iran crisis, the Strait of Hormuz, and the war in Ukraine.
Let me say a few words first, and then I'd like to invite you, Mr. President, to deliver your opening remarks. President Trump, I'm very pleased to meet you in Beijing. Welcome back to China after 9 years. The whole world is watching our meeting. Currently, transformation not seen in a century is accelerating across the globe, and the international situation is fluid and turbulent. The world has come to a new crossroads. Can China and the United States overcome the Thucydides trap and create a new paradigm of major country relations? Can we meet global challenges together and provide more stability for the world? Can we, in the interest of the well-being of our two peoples and the future of humanity, build a brighter future together for our bilateral relations? These are the questions vital to history, to the world, and to the people. They are the questions of our times that you and I need to answer as leaders of major countries. This year is the 250th anniversary of American independence. Congratulations to you and to the American people. I always believe that our two countries have more common interests than differences. Success in one is an opportunity for the other, and a stable bilateral relationship is good for the world. China and the United States both stand to gain from cooperation and lose from confrontation. We should be partners, not rivals. We should help each other succeed and prosper together, and find the right way for major countries to get along well with each other in the new era. Mr. President, I look forward to our discussions on major issues important to our two countries and the world, and working together with you to set the course for and steer the giant ship of China-U.S. relations, so as to make 2026 a historic landmark year that opens up a new chapter in China-U.S. relations. I will pause here and hand over to you, Mr. President. Thank you.
President Xi, I want to thank you very much. First of all, that was an honor like few have ever seen before. And I think I was particularly impressed by those children. They were happy. They were beautiful. The military is obvious. It couldn't be better, but those children were amazing, and they represent so much. And I know they represent so much to you. You and I have known each other now for a long time. In fact, the longest relationship of our two countries that any president and president has had. And it's, to me, an honor. We've had a fantastic relationship. We've gotten along. When there were difficulties, we worked it out. I would call you, and you would call me. Whenever we had a problem, people don't know. Whenever we had a problem, we worked it out very quickly. And we're going to have a fantastic future together. So I really look very much forward to our discussion. It's a big discussion. There are those that say this is maybe the biggest summit ever. They can never remember anything like it. I can say in the United States, people aren't talking about anything else. But it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. And the relationship between China and the USA is going to be better than ever before. Thank you very much. Thank you.